my passion, and I specialize in first-time women shooters. Women don't really have the education on what gun to pick, what it feels like, how to manage that recoil, how to operate the firearm. Most women end up being given a gun from their husband. So their husband says, "Oh, I have a gun, let's go shoot." It's usually too big for them, it's usually too much for them, and the husband doesn't actually know how to teach her how to shoot. My husband did not teach me how to shoot, and he was retired law enforcement. So it's a different dynamic, especially with husbands and wives, but men and women, they learn different and they teach different. I bring all these firearms, different makes, models, sizes, calibers for them to try out, see how they feel in their hand, see how they shoot with them, manage that recoil, the grip and all that. And then when they leave, they have a better knowledge to go to that firearm store and say, "No, I don't want this one, I want this one." Because we're still getting that little bit of the men trying to tell the women what gun they really should have, and they don't understand that now they know that that gun doesn't work for them. How to safely operate a firearm, how to be confident enough to shoot the firearm, and a knowledge to continue that education. There's more out there. When I first started, you know, I went to learn how to shoot, and then it's like, okay, what next? What do we do now? And I ended up having to go to a different group because that group only stayed at that basic level. And so there was other people out there that were competing, that were teaching, that were shooting more regularly. So I teach situational awareness and less than lethal safety classes also, especially females, families. I'm really trying to get into girl groups or women's groups. I did a big women's ministry through one of the churches here in Oro Valley, and we had 78 women show up for 2 classes, and it was non-firearms. Those are big draws. And then when they finally get an idea of like, oh, it's not really a nice place out there and I need to be a little more aware of what's going on and maybe a little more prepared, then we can move right in and segue into firearms as the next step, just as an idea. You know, some people come out and they're like, you know what, I don't really think I'll ever carry, but at least I know that the gun in the house, I know how to clear it, or I know how to safely handle it. So people that don't know about guns or don't really like guns or don't want guns in the house, there's other ways. I mean, they can come out and see. We see a lot of people that come out and go, I'm just gonna try it. Maybe it's for me, maybe it's not. At least this way they're not out $1,000 on a firearm that they can't get rid of. They can come out, try everything I have and say, yeah, I'm good. Or they can be like, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And there's, like I said there before, there's a lot of misinformation out there that's in their head that's like, oh, that makes more sense now. So like I said, every single person that takes my class isn't gonna go out and buy a gun, isn't gonna go out and shoot every day, isn't gonna go out and compete, but at least they walk away with a little bit more knowledge of what's actually going on with the firearms industry and what's available to them legally.